Long before Netflix aired a show, Tiger King, about the shenanigans of Joe Exotic, a former owner of an animal park in Oklahoma, the fashion world had its own Baron of the Wild, nicknamed the Leper King. Roberto Cavalli is more than a designer. He's an innovator and inventor who is unapologetically bold both on and off the runway. My name is Tara. I'm a retail strategist, a style enthusiast, and here are 3 ways Roberto Cavalli revolutionized fashion. Number 1, be the connect. Roberto Cavalli, like many others from the Tuscany region, took an early interest in the fine arts. He got it honest. His grandfather, Giuseppe Rossi, was a member of an Italian art movement that rebelled against the style of art that was being taught in Italian art schools during his time. This may be where Roberto got his intrepid approach to art and fashion. After completing art school, where his concentration was on painting, he began working with textiles and applying techniques typically reserved for the canvas onto fabrics and tapestries. He caught the attention of major Italian hosiery companies, where he created these beautiful floral motifs that officially brought him into the game of fashion. Being more than just a painter, he really had a drive for innovation and experimentation, almost like a scientist. Roberto developed and patented a printing procedure on leather that debuted in Paris in the 1970s. This procedure caused such a stir in the luxury fashion world that he received several orders of the printed leather from some of the biggest design houses at the time. Names like Pierre Cardin and Hermes, I'm sure sound familiar. These are the things that made Roberto Cavalli the plug. Number 2, update to a classic. As if his innovation in fabric printing and patchwork designs wasn't enough, Roberto Cavalli made headlines once again in the mid-90s with another industry first. This time, it was for being the first designer to present sandblasting on denim in 1994 during Milan Fashion Week. Runway fashion in the late 80s and early 90s brought on minimalist moments in both color and silhouette, forcing Cavalli and his extravagant, over-embellished looks to take a bit of a backseat. This was okay with him because he refused to change his brand identity. He understood it just wasn't his time. By 1994, as he suspected, there was a hunger for bling to return, and Cavalli was ready and willing to feed the frenzy. During the iconic Milan runway show, he presented bedazzled animal prints and lavishly embroidered gowns, and the first sandblasted jeans. The new denim treatment took like wildfire, and just about every label from high-end to big box added it to their collections. On the business side, it was an inexpensive way to achieve a higher price point, adding a nice little bump to the gross margin. We all love a little bump to the gross margin. While the new technique gave denim a cool, updated look, the process to achieve this look was very dangerous and deadly even. It involves workers firing sand at jeans under extremely high pressure, and it has been known to kill workers within months, as the inhalation of the large amounts of dust generated caused a potentially lethal pulmonary disease. An organization, cleanclothes.org, started a campaign urging the industry to ban the deadly practice. The Italian fashion firm joined several other companies such as Giorgio Armani, Gucci, Versace, and Levi's to no longer use the practice. Number 3, be inspired by the source. Roberto had another masterful talent, and that was photography. Not only was he the creator of beautiful designs, but he also had a love for capturing nature in its truest form. His love for nature is abundantly clear and evident in his choice of residence. He found solace in a farmhouse right outside of Florence he shares with his wife, his children, a German shepherd, and a menagerie of parrots, one of which he named Tara. I suspect it's his favorite. Over the years, he's traveled the world with his digital camera to Earth's most exotic places, from European botanical gardens to African countrysides and safaris, spending days on days capturing the world's beauty. Roberto was quoted confessing that he takes inspiration from the greatest designer there is, God. While most designers in the industry go to print houses to find prints to use in their collections, or if they do them in-house, it's largely done using Illustrator or Photoshop or some other computer-aided design tool. Cavalli used his very own photographs and prints and embroidery patterns. Over the years, he became famous for his use of vivid animal prints, from the rose-like markings of a cheetah or a leopard to veiny tiger stripes and iridescent fish scales and intricately placed snakeskin patterns, all crowning him the Leopard King. Animal King might have been more appropriate. His influence over the industry is obvious. Peter Dundas worked behind the scenes at Cavalli for many years before his reign at Emilio Pucci, and returned as creative director in 2015 for a short stint. Evidence of Peter's Cavalli years are still present. We saw it most recently in the metallic snow leopard look created for Mary J. Blige's Super Bowl performance. One famous animal lover, Mike Tyson, recently said in an interview with Vogue magazine, "Cavalli's clothes are so explosive and rich and powerful," and I think all the fashion lovers, including myself, would agree. I hope you enjoyed watching this video on 3 ways Roberto Cavalli revolutionized fashion. If so, please be sure to like and subscribe for more content on fashion brands and retail industry leaders. My name is Tara, a retail strategist, style enthusiast, and thank you for watching.